It was 2024, last year, and I was at a high school reunion party 3 years after high school ended, and I was having the best night of my life. Guys were calling me handsome, some girls were calling me cute. This was genuinely an amazing time, and I was really enjoying myself a lot, but it wasn't always like this. Let me take you back 6 years. I was in high school, this was 2018, and I was on the field of my school, walking with one of my mates, who's really, really attractive. His name's Luther, but he's probably watching this right now. But pretty much, I used to kind of be in this group of friends, and I used to follow Luther around because I didn't really have a mind of my own type thing. So there'd be this girl that would just randomly follow us on the field. She didn't make it obvious, but like, we could tell that she was trying to follow us, right? And we didn't know why she was following us. Maybe she liked one of us, right? And when she did come near us, she'd literally like walk straight past me, just like didn't even look at me at all. And would just go straight to my friend Luther and like talk to him and like chat with him, right? And I wasn't really into this girl or anything, but still, that was the moment where it was like, damn, your looks as a man or like as a person in general really is important, right? I was just a quiet kid who was just really bad with girls, and I just thought I was really ugly, genuinely, like for pretty much most of my life. I just thought I was really, really unattractive, to the point where you know I'm not joking about this, because I used to hunch, right? Like I used to hunch, not because I wanted to. Like literally I would hunch down when people would talk to me just because I thought they were so much like better than me, especially girls. Right? I was so afraid of just being confident, right? And you know I'm not joking, because I literally, like I have kyphosis or something. Pretty much, it's like the upper back rounding, because I've been hunching for most of my life, and I still have symptoms of it now. I'm like trying to like, you know, do exercises to fix it, but yeah, I mean, it's because like it was a physical representation of my low self-esteem as a kid growing up, and it wasn't because I wanted to be like that. I genuinely really wanted to feel desire, to feel attractive. You know, I wanted people to give me attention. Like, frankly, I'm not gonna lie, because it feels like it felt like for most of my life I've been like in the shadows, right? I just felt like I've lacked attention from people around me, and this is what I genuinely did desire, especially from girls, right? But I never really did anything about it. And 3 years later, so it's 2021 now, and I'm sitting in design class all by myself with no one to talk to, just in the corner, lonely as fuck, and just hoping someone would talk to me, right? And one day, someone did talk to me, and it was a girl, and I was so ecstatic, because this girl, she wasn't into me or anything, but like, she came up to me and like sat on my table and like actually tried making friends with me, tried talking to me and stuff, and we talked about anime and like our favorite shows and stuff, and it was really good. Her name, I'm not gonna tell her name obviously, but like yeah, she wasn't into me, I wasn't really into her, but still, it was like, holy shit, this was probably my first ever friend who's a girl. Honestly, this might just be the first girl I've spoken to in high school, and this was a nice feeling, right? So throughout these months, I'd sit with her in design class and we'd just like talk about random shit, and it was genuinely a good experience being friends with a girl, like knowing how to interact with a girl, because again, I didn't know. Like, I'm being serious. I went through my entire life just being like, my mom was the only girl that I pretty much spoke to, right? And so at a certain point, like, our friendship developed pretty nicely. And one day, this girl, she came up to me and she asked me, hey Manish, my 18th birthday is gonna happen soon. Do you want to come? And bro, when I heard this, I was like, holy fucking shit, dude. Because I have never ever been invited to anything social ever in my life. Besides like my friend circle, no one has ever invited me to anything like a party or anything of this sort, and this made me so excited, bro, and just like so, like, holy shit, this is what I wanted. And so the day of the birthday party happens, and I'm like, you know, dressing up, put on my pink hoodie, skinny jeans. Yeah, I don't really know how to dress up or anything. I never went out anywhere, so I remember walking there, literally walking to the house, because she lived like really close by. It was like a 30-minute walk, right? And so I arrived at the house, right, and I opened the door like super nervous because I don't know like what the heck's gonna go on, right? I hear like the music and stuff, and I opened the door, bro, and everyone just starts staring at me, and I'm just there like standing, like not really knowing what to do. I didn't know what social cues. I didn't know, right? Everyone was just staring at me. I was all nervous and shit, and I just looked down and kind of just like scooched my way over to the corner. And I see people from my year group that I haven't really spoken to. I see girls that I found kind of cute that, again, I haven't really spoken to. And pretty much everyone, like as soon as everyone kind of saw me, it's like that feeling of like, oh, okay, is this that guy? Is this that guy who's in the shadows, who nobody really cares about, who, you know, nobody really remembers at all, right? Nobody knows anything about him. He's just that guy who everyone just forgets. I was that guy. And so nobody really talked to me, like, nobody really talked to me, man. Besides my, like, close circle of friends, nobody talked to me. And I remember, like, I tried to, like, you know, fit in with the party crowd, because everyone else was holding, like, a drink. So I was holding a drink, because I don't usually drink either. I was just holding it, you know, trying to fit in and stuff. And I remember like telling myself that I would be social in this party, because again, I was craving this like attention from people that I wanted to go and get, right? So I started like trying to enter these conversations that other people were having. So like imagine this, right? There's like 3 people, like 2 girls, 1 guy, like in a conversation. 2 girls, 1 guy. Like imagine like a 3-way, oh for fuck's sake. A 3-way conversation, right? 2 girls, 1 guy, and I'm trying to like enter in their conversation with like my drink and stuff, right? So I'm like walking like and like just like a weirdo, right? Like trying to listen to like what they're saying. They're like looking at me kind of funny, like weird, like who are you? What are you trying to do? And I tried like laughing at their jokes and stuff, but that I didn't really find funny myself, just to fit in, man. But everyone just thought I was weird. Everyone just thought I was weird doing that. I had such a such a stuck body language, right? I was stuck. Like that's the best way I can describe it. Imagine this, right? Like you'd think of a person with good body language as a person who like moves around a lot, who uses their hands and gestures and stuff, who isn't afraid to be loud, laugh out loud, right? Not afraid of giving eye contact, but I was the exact opposite of that. I was stuck like this, not really moving much. I wasn't very appealing to be around, you know? And at a certain point, I remember seeing this like really attractive blonde girl who I didn't speak to at all. I think she was in my year group. Honestly, I have no idea, right? But I was like trying to muster up the confidence to kind of speak to that girl, but nothing happened, right? I was just too much of a wuss. It's getting fucking cold. And bro, at a certain point of this party, of just like trying to fit in, I just realized that nobody really cares about me. Like nobody even gives a crap about me, bro. And I just felt like crap. I just felt like shit, bro. And I think I left the party early-ish, and I walked back home just feeling empty, just feeling really like why did I even go? Like I just feel like a nobody, and I wanted that attention, you know. I wanted to feel desired. Honestly, I just wanted to feel loved. right? And I was just walking back in the cold, dark weather, just contemplating my like life decisions, bro, and like why people treat me so like I'm such a nobody. And it was that moment where I kind of came to the conclusion that it had to be because of my appearance. It had to be. It wasn't just at the party that I felt this way. It was my entire life. It was at school, it was at home, it was at... That was kind of all I went to, but that's kind of all I did. And I just had a thought, like, do I really want to continue living like this? Feeling like a nobody? No. Not at all. Fuck that. Fuck that. I wanted to change my circumstances, man. I wanted to feel loved. I wanted to feel desired, all these feelings of just human connection. I wanted to feel something, you know. And this was one of the key events of Manish Rao's backstory that made me really want to start working on my appearance and my looks, right? And I did exactly that. Now, bro, fast forward exactly 3 years from this point, so 2021 to 2024, and I did exactly what I told myself. I look decently better than I did before, right? And the same girl who held this party, so my friend that I wasn't really talking to her anymore after high school ended, because after high school ended I kind of just went on my own. I kind of stopped talking to all my friends, and I just went on my own self-development journey, right? But the same girl that held that party was having her 21st birthday now, this year, and I get a text from her saying that I should come. It's been a while, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was kind of past this high school stuff now, since I've changed quite a lot as a person in these 3 years, right? But I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Honestly, it's been a while since I've seen my high school mates, and like, it'll be cool to have like a little reunion party, right? So, bro, I go ahead and drive over to, yeah, because I can drive now. I drive over to the bar, which they held, she held this party, her party, right? And as soon as I open the door, bro, as soon as I get inside the bar, I see people from my old school, my high school, 3 years later, and they're all staring at me again, the same exact shit as 3 years back. But this time it was different. Instead of everyone just staring at me for like half a second and then like staring back and then like realizing is this that guy who nobody cares about, and then just goes back to doing their thing. Everyone was kind of shocked to see me. It's as if like I had dirt on my face, or like they literally just like saw a ghost, bro. And then instantly, like all the like old classmates that I used to know, all the old friends, they just come up to me and be like, fuck, holy shit, bro, Manish, you know, you're fucking sexy, dude. You've had a crazy glow up, blah, 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 blah. They just start glazing the shit out of me. And it's like, bro, holy shit. I'm getting compliments left and right. Where was this treatment 3 years ago? And also, bro, this is gonna shock you, but do you remember that girl back in 2018 in high school who used to follow my friend Luther around because he was so attractive, like on the fields, and she used to ignore the fuck out of me? Well, she was at the party, but this time she didn't ignore me. In fact, she came up to me. And do you know the first thing that she said? She asked who I was. She didn't even recognize me. And then she said I was cute or whatever, right? She didn't even recognize me. And I don't know if it was because I was so like forgettable in high school that she didn't even know I existed back then, or it was because I changed so much to the point where she can't even recognize me. Maybe it was a bit of both. Either way though, that made me realize it's like, holy shit. People can be so shallow, you know? But I couldn't complain because, to be honest, I was also like that. And so now she's glazing me. And it's as if I have presence now, right? It's literally like such a night and day difference from 3 years ago versus now. It's fucked, bro. It's fucked. People are like complimenting me left and right. Girls are calling me cute. I'm like having such a good time here. This is awesome. And yeah, bro, I don't personally party that much or go out clubbing and stuff. It's not personally my thing, right? But I can't lie to you and say this didn't make me really happy in the moment, right? Because me just socializing and getting all the compliments, and this might sound like super shallow, but it fulfilled this child-like desire that I had as a child to be desired from the people around me. It filled it, bro. It filled it. And I got so jolly and happy in that moment. That little child inside me, the one who craved intimacy and love, who was just so lonely, who just wanted to feel desired, and one who wanted to attract girls, who just wanted to feel loved, man. He was getting happy. He was the happiest he's ever been in his life, actually. But bro, guess what? I drove back home that night, and I went back home. And I just sat in my room. Did anything special happen because I got this treatment? Because everybody complimented me, validated me? Did anything profound even happen? No, bro, no. Nothing happened. I felt roughly the same way as I felt 3 years ago. And it just baffled me, bro. I mean, it's like I thought this was what I wanted for my whole life. Why do I feel nothing? Why do I feel nothing right now? And, well, I came to the realization it's because I achieved exactly what I wanted. And it turned out that achievement wasn't actually as fulfilling as I thought it would be. You know? It felt good in the moment. I was happy in the moment, but like, I'm home now. What really has changed? You know? What I've truly wanted wasn't to be lusted over, it was to be loved. So it was finally time for me to move on to other things. You know, things that have a lot more deeper meaning to them. And guys, you know me, right? I always like to advocate that your looks don't matter as much as people think they do on my channel. And I'm a firm believer of that. Because of this story, right? Because of what I went through. But I can't lie to you and say that your looks don't matter, because they absolutely do. Because all the confidence, all the compliments, the positive reinforcement I got from everybody at the party, it just made me super happy, and it put me in a good mood and made me so social. And this was all because I improved my appearance. So improving my appearance was one of the best things that I ever did for myself, right? Because it's literally made people treat me better, right? But I realized that it wasn't about that. It wasn't about that. I thought it was, but more importantly, it's actually just allowed me to kind of look past appearances and look past all this superficial stuff and actually delve into a lot more deeper into life than just merely just like appearances, right? It's allowed me to kind of look past that part of me who really wanted this stuff and just move on to something better in life, right? Move on to something greater. So it was genuinely one of the best decisions to start improving my looks, because that was the stepping stone to start improving other aspects of my life. It's translated onto other aspects of my life, right? And I'm probably sounding like I'm contradicting myself a lot here, and I'm sorry if it sounds like that. Like, do looks matter? Do they not matter? I hope you can understand where I'm coming from, though. Like, looks matter until you have it, and then they don't matter. So what did I actually do to improve my looks? What did I actually do? Pretty much I'll explain everything that I did in very simple detail. You won't ever need another video like this ever again, honestly. I've pretty much simplified it into two things. Two things is all you need, right? There's no need to overcomplicate this, bro. Remember, improving your appearance, whatever, looks maxing, this is all just this is a lifestyle, you know, and you should stick to it. So bro, let me take you back to the first ever party that I went to back there, 2021. When I went back home that day and I told myself I was going to start improving my looks, I looked at myself in the mirror that night and I realized I don't look very healthy at all. My skin's bad, my hair's really messy, I'm super ungroomed, there's like dark circles under my eyes, and I'm also kind of skinny fat. Sheesh, yeah, it's no wonder I feel so undesired right now. So bro, like the first thing I started doing was I started doing like the skincare stuff, like, you know, I got the cleanser and the moisturizer and like I'll be honest though, I'm not actually sure how much of a difference that really made. Like honestly, I think, in my opinion, it's much better to kind of simplify all of this improving your appearance stuff. I don't think we really need that, you know. I think that's just like the cherry on top. I think what mainly it comes down to is improving your health, because the main reason I looked like this was because I was unhealthy, you know. I'd have like pizza multiple times a week. I love pizza, I still do now, but like I'd eat really processed foods, a very high carby type of diet that my mum would put me on. I had really bad posture, I had poor sleep, I didn't exercise at all, I hated exercise. I was living a very unhealthy lifestyle, you know. I would just sit in my gaming chair, just gaming all day. Pretty much the first thing I did, and this is still an ongoing journey, guys. I don't want you to believe it's like okay, I did this and then I'm instantly fixed type of deal. This is a lifestyle, like I said before. The first thing I really started doing was I started fixing my health, because the more healthy you are, the more attractive you are. So again, this happened over the span of a few years of me doing trial and error, experiencing and experimenting what works for me, what doesn't work for me. The first thing I changed that made the most difference was my diet. It was simply because I started eating healthy that my skin started really clearing up, that my energy really got better, my mood as well. I hopped on a really high protein, low carb diet. This is probably the diet that works for me the best. And also the low carb kind of, because I think carbs kind of holds water in your face and stuff. And so me kind of straying away from carbs deep-loaded my face and all that stuff, right? And I really made it an important note to stay away from processed foods, bro, because the shit they put inside like a McDonald's burger, dude, I don't think you'd want to eat that after seeing how they make those ingredients, dude. And with the diet also comes water. I kid you not, bro, I used to drink like jack shit water. I think I actually went days without drinking water. I would actually just drink Mountain Dew. I loved Mountain Dew, dude. I would drink Mountain Dew while I played video games and I'd stay away from water. But when I actually started drinking more water, my skin actually got more vibrant. Like these two photos, they're literally unedited. The one on the left would be me looking like a zombie. The one on the right was me actually watered up and hydrated. I also started taking care of my sleep, really making sure to get those 8 hours and making sure to kind of sleep at a regulated time per day. because yeah, those recent studies that show like sleep regulation, like sleeping around the same-ish time, is actually more important than the quantity of sleep you get, than the number of hours you sleep, which is kind of crazy, right? If you think about it. Obviously it's not perfect though, you know, I still fuck up here or there, but it's been getting better, because I used to go to sleep at like, what, 1, 2 a.m. on a school night, just because I wanted to stay up and play video games, and that obviously gave me dark circles. It just gave me a headache the next day. It just wasn't good, bro. And plus I probably would have grew taller as well if I didn't do that. I started going to the gym as well, of course. A big reason for why I got so many compliments that second party I went to in 2024 was because I was a lot bigger, you know. I worked on the aesthetic muscle groups, as you would say, to try to look the most aesthetically pleasing, right? So my shoulders were a lot bigger, my chest was popping out. Compared to a few years back when I was just like a really skinny looking Indian guy, seeing that difference that the people gave me, it's like, holy shit, bro, you're looking jacked, you're looking big. The final thing I started doing to improve my health was I started mewing. I started having proper tongue posture, right? I really started making it a big deal to kind of press my tongue up against the roof of my mouth. And I'm pretty sure mewing has made a pretty good improvement to my side profile. And guys, I need to say this again, but like, this took years to see good results. Or well, it took me a few months to see good results. But this is a lifestyle, remember, right? Like, trial and error. Like, I fell off of this routine like multiple different times. This is all just a lifestyle at the end of the day, right? Health maxing out your health potential will max out your attractiveness, and also the next thing that I'm about to talk about. So yeah, that's improving your health, right? And that's enough for most people, but if you want to take it a step further, bro, this is what you do. So one day, I think this was 2022, I got like a fresh trim, and I thought it was looking like pretty damn cool, right? And I took a picture of myself in the bathroom, and I realized there was a couple flaws that I had on my face, and I don't like to call them flaws, because we're all like God's creation, right? I don't like to call them flaws. More so things that can be improved on. I realized that my nose is actually pretty damn big. I don't know if you could notice, but my nose was just so damn big for some reason. Like, I don't know why it looks so big, and not to mention my head is kind of shaped a little bit weird. I don't know how I just started like pinpointing these like flaws on my face, but I just did. And so with that knowledge, right, I knew for a fact that I was not going to get surgery or any of that bullshit. And so I did the next best thing. And, you know, the results of what you're seeing right now, or, you know, the results of what you're seeing right now is kind of what I did. And you're probably going to notice on the second picture, like, my nose probably doesn't look as big as it did in the first picture, even though it's pretty much the same nose. It is the same nose, what am I saying? And also my head doesn't look as weirdly shaped either. How did I do that? Well, I grew out my hair. Right? I realized that I kind of needed to cover my weirdly shaped head. And also, when I grew out my hair, my nose by default looked smaller, because the attention kind of went to my hair instead of my nose, right? Because when you have shorter hair, that's like really accentuates your facial features type of thing, right? And yeah, I mean, like, having longer hair kind of just hid my quote-unquote flaws from being shown too much. And you can call me shallow for that, like, they're part of me, right? I should like try to embrace them, whatever. But I think you might as well kind of look as attractive as you possibly can, you know? And plus, who knows, in a few years I might just buzz my entire hair gone. Who knows, bro? Who knows what will happen? And pretty much the final thing I really did that put a nail in this coffin was I grew a beard, right? And the reason why this is more so a quote-unquote fixing your flaw, or my flaw, is because if I don't have a beard, I notice the front of my jaw is kind of like rounded, right? And so with having a beard and shaping it nicely, I realized I could kind of shape my jawline with the beard itself. So that's why I like having my sides a bit shorter and my chin a bit longer, because it kind of creates that that jawline effect, right? That my original face doesn't really have. Oh, well, my face, my original face, my face without the beard kind of doesn't have. And so that's kind of shaping the beard to accentuate your jawline type of thing, right? And so it literally like kind of like created a fake jawline for me. Like my jawline's probably not as good as it probably appears to be, and a big part of that is because of my beard, and maybe it's because of mewing as well. I don't know what played the effect more. But yeah, man. Yeah. If you can't grow a beard though, don't really bother, bro. Like I'm lucky I got like Indian genetics and I can actually grow a pretty decent beard. Yeah, you never want to look scraggly, right? The beard growing process for me was a hard one because I had to go through that really rough patch and it just looked terrible for a few months, but it was worth it. And a quick fix I obviously started doing was I stopped hunching, and I started walking with a straight back, shoulders back, the good body language basically. But also I wasn't stiff, I was actually happy with it. Happy body language, because I think if you're too stiff, then it's kind of weird as well. And yeah, and it's kind of all I did. That's genuinely all I did to improve my looks. I maxed out my health, which sorted out my skin, my eyes, my muscle, all that stuff. And I fixed my quote-unquote flaws, which was my massive head. I'm kind of hiding it with my hair. I grew a beard to kind of make my jawline more sharper. Yeah, I grew my beard. Oh, I grew my beard. I grew my hair to hide my big nose as well. And I groomed myself properly. That's kind of all I genuinely did. And guys, I want you to remember this, right? Your looks are really important, but it's not the most important thing in life. Not even close. Because after improving my looks, I got the validation from the girls that I really wanted my whole life, the compliments from the guys. But I realized what I truly wanted out of life was something completely different to that. And maybe it was just like a levels in like a video game. Maybe this was just level 1 of me trying to, that I needed to complete, and then I'm on to the next thing. Maybe that's what it was, but all I know is it's not as important as you think it is, There's more things to life than your looks. Because what I truly wanted out of life, it wasn't to be as attractive as possible to attract all the girls. It wasn't even to make that inner child of me happy, just so I could be seen. It was to make an impact, I just wanted to make an impact on people. I just wanted to feel loved. And improving my looks had nothing to do with that, or it has nothing to do with that. And if you take a look at my videos from like 1 year ago, you'll see that I'm contradicting myself so hard right now. Because in those videos, I kind of was really hard into this looking better type of deal. Because that's the exact time where I was, I went to that party, right? It was like 2024. And so in those videos, I was really preaching the fact that your looks are really important. And I just contradicted myself a lot. Like now, it's so cold, man, I'm shivering, but pretty much I'm glad I did though, because it shows that I'm still growing as a person, and my ideals, my thought process is changing, and I hope you guys can understand that.
Worth it. So, I've given you the blueprint to turn yourself into an absolute Chad. If you just click off this video without doing any of that, you're honestly a pussy-ass bitch. Listen, man.
With that being said, like, my thought process 1 year from now might be completely different to what it is today. So I want you to take everything with a grain of salt. But just remember, I have no reason to lie to you. I have nothing relevant to sell you at all. So there's no reason for me to lie to you, man. This is just what I believe, right? And I genuinely know what it's like to be in that position of just feeling like you need a girl's validation in order to be happy, right? You want attention from people, you want to feel heard and seen, and you believe that will make you really happy. It's fine, but honestly, it's fine. It's a good motivation to have. You know why? It's because I would not be here today if I wasn't motivated by girls. I wouldn't be here. So it's fine. But just remember this. Even if you get what you want, it will not fulfill you. There'll always be more things. There'll always be more. Because, look, right, what I'm trying to spread here to the younger generation and my generation is my truth. I can be 100% wrong about all of this. And I'm open to being wrong. But this is just genuinely what I believe is to be the most fulfilling way to live life through my personal experiences and my stories. Again, if there are any older people watching this video right now, I would love to hear your opinion on this. As I'm only 21 years old, and I've got a lot to learn, you know. But this is just what I believe in. Alright? Don't worry about things too much. Things will work out. As long as you have the intentions of improving, you can go through one of the craziest glow-ups anyone's ever seen. I did. And it's a great feeling, but always remember that there's more to life than just appearances, alright? I believe in you, bro. You got this, alright? Yeah. That's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the story, bro. And subscribe and stuff as well if you want. That helps. And we'll catch you in the next one.